he went. And with a mighty blow, he struck that button red. The mighty bird folded into by his bed. That's my epic tale, our champion prevailed. So let's drink a toast with some Romulan ale. Toss a coin to your tracker, oh planet of plenty, oh planet of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your tracker, oh planet of plenty, oh planet of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your tracker, oh planet of plenty, oh planet of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your tracker, the great turd of Stanley. When a hum.
It's the anti-checker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulty.
Yes, and Auntie, why are you... Auntie wants to be anywhere but in her bed the last day or two, so we'll have to just turn off the Auntie cam for now and see if she wanders back. And anyway, so welcome everybody. The stupid YouTube system, I've been trying to figure it out, and the problem is I use XSplit as opposed to OBS, and all the tutorials are designed for OBS, and so I have no freaking idea why it's not working. I set up a stream exactly as their instructions said to do, and then it says, oh, copy this key and put it into your streaming software. There's no place to put the key in my streaming software. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I'm looking around in XSplit trying to figure something out. Nothing. So I have no idea. I have no freaking idea. I'm already pissed off at YouTube as it is, and this is just like, forget. No, actually, if you refresh, it should show the updated title now. And so sci-fi. I know, and that's the problem. You see, I created the stream in the YouTube, in the YouTube system. I created it in their newfangled live stream system, and then when I go into broadcast from XSplit, it broadcasts to a completely different stream. It's still on my channel, but it ignores the stream that I created. Bert, if you can help me with this, awesome, because I am seriously just, my brain hurts at this point. I can't figure out how to get the new YouTube streaming system and XSplit to sync up with each other. I can either get one or the other, but I can't get both. And it is absolutely driving me freaking nuts. It's bad enough that the YouTube algorithm is playing games again. For those of you that don't know, and I understand, and this is third hand, but I understand talking to some people that I'm not alone in this, but the algorithm is killing us. Absolutely killing us this last week to a absolutely laughable degree. And so what was that, babe?
Nothing. I didn't know you were doing a show.
Oh, okay. So I mean, just an absolute laughable degree. If you look at, with Mr. Miles's incredible videos, right? And so the first one he did in this Borg series got 168,000 views so far, doing great, all that. Which we were expecting that to be kind of a one-off. But then you look at his newest one, right? And the lowest he's gotten on one of these Borg videos is like in the 20 to 30,000 view range. This last one, 3,000 views. 3,000. That's it. My battle breakdown videos typically average about between 16 to 25,000 views. My latest battle breakdown, doing really less than 1,000 right now. Granted, I released it today, but the last one by this point was at like 2,000, 2,500. So this is just, it's driving me crazy because apparently YouTube is once again trying to hurt the smaller content creators. And yes, I know some of you are saying, smaller, you got 13,000 subs, which is true. And I would have said the same thing a year ago. But, you know, yes, it's a smaller compared to, you know, what YouTube cares about is when people are in the millions of subs. They really don't give a crap about anybody in the hundreds or thousands of subs. And it's just, it's pissing me off. All right, let me go to the chat before I get myself really upset. Thomas was first, says hi. Life with Matthew says hello. And I know someone put a super chat in. I'll get to it in just a minute. Dan23 says hi. Rock Solid says last and reminds everybody to smash the like button and all that good stuff. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Didn't get a notification, says Rock Solid, so unsubbing. Of course you are. And of course, yeah, why should I be surprised that people don't get notifications? Schromer says, greetings, Ancient fellow nerds. How you doing? Aberjam says, greetings, oh great turtle standy. Hey, Aberjam, how you doing? You forgot to change the title, says Sci-Fi. Nope, refresh the screen and you will see it changed. It's just, and that's at the core of the problem. And there's Bird saying he can help me, so Bird, please do, because I'm lost. Ethical Romulan says, great meta song, love it. Yeah, I do love that song. Thank you again, Aberjam. Sounds like someone had too many picnics. That could be, but the thing is that I followed their directions to the letter, except that their directions don't add up, and it doesn't fix the problem. I created, some of you were there. Some of you were on the stream that I created, and when I launch XSplit and tell it to start streaming, it's supposed to go to this little preview window in their new streaming system, and nothing happens. Ugh. And YouTube has monkeys at the keyboards. I'm beginning to think that's true. YouTube algorithms suck. Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. And the algorithm thing is really, I mean, because that's hurting people. You know, every time YouTube screws with the algorithm like this and makes it so that people can't get freaking views, it screws with people. And I mean, for me, thank God I don't make a living doing this yet, but I think about people that do, people like Lore Reloaded or Doomcock or Nerdrotic, and if it hits them as hard as it hit me, you know, that's serious, man. That is, you know, life-changing situations there. And so YouTube and Google need to stop screwing with people like they're freaking toys. And Professor McCoy's Pop Culture Reviews, haven't seen you in a while, puts $2 in. Hello there, my old friend. Hey, Professor McCoy, good to see you. Sorry for taking a minute to get to your super chat, but I had to rant just a little bit. Schromer says, though I already posted a comment on your latest breakdown video as you were live, will you be doing a battle breakdown on Rational Roundtable's Invasion of Kuroka? Maybe eventually. Poop Tube Shenanigans, indeed. Dan says, the title of this video is introducing Super Chat 28, I think. Now it's, well, this is stupid. Exactly. Well, that's the part. See, here's the thing, Dan. I created a live stream in the YouTube system that has the name, trying to create a live stream using YouTube's new system. And I created the live stream, I followed all the instructions and everything, and so when I go to XSplit downloads the stream information, and so it should show the title in XSplit when I go to launch. Guess what? Nothing. It still says the Super Chat 28. I'm like, whatever. Lee Crystal says, I rarely get any suggestions for your videos anymore, so the YouTube gods are angry at you. Yeah, I know that's true, because, like I said, this last week, all of a sudden, nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing. And so that's, you know, so before I was, you know, the videos were actually, you know, I've been very optimistic about the channel. And then this week, it's like YouTube just says, nope, F you, you ain't getting anything. And you also puts a couple of euros in. Thank you. What's the rant about? No notifications, came late, 28. 28, you say. Yes, the new one. 28 is right here. Ah, yes, I do love that one. That's a good one. And let's see, where were we? Bird says, to be honest, I don't think YouTube cares about any single creator, no matter how many subs. Actually, I disagree with you on that, Bird. YouTube, and they said this last year, YouTube cares about corporate content creators. So CBS, NBC, Universal Pictures. You'll notice that all these people have their own YouTube channels, and they can all do stuff that no other content creator can do, such as edit their videos after they're online, right? So, and even replace their videos with other videos and continue the same sub count or stream count. It's, which is absolutely wrong, but they do it. And as proof, go to freaking CBS. They're all access. In fact, we'll do it right now. And this is absolutely infuriating to me. And I'm not mad at CBS for doing it. I'm mad at YouTube for allowing it. All right. So let's do a quick card trailer. All right. So, all right, so when you do a quick search, and let me go to the right screen, and we'll get rid of that, and can we bring it up full screen here? That's not the right, well, actually, we'll use this one. So I'll bring the window over here so it's easier. Bear with me, guys. So we'll move the chat out of the way, and we'll bring, okay, so I did just a quick cursory search in YouTube for Picard trailer, as you can see. Now, notice you see like a bunch of stuff, right? And where was it? I was looking at, is it this one? I think so. Here's the teaser from 7 months ago. Is it this one? Nope, that one's still, dang it, now it's not going to do it, of course. But I clicked on like one of the Comic-Con trailers or something, and it played the new trailer, the one that actually showed the Enterprise D. Although I don't think it was this one, but let's see. No, this is now it's not going to do it. Of course, maybe they went back. I don't know, but. Hey, look, there's my live stream. Well, this is just stupid, and there's Bird's Burgers. So, oh well, screw it. I'm not going to even, maybe they didn't do it, and I don't know. Now they're messing with me. That's what they're doing. They're messing with me. Damn YouTube gremlins. Live with Matthew says, YouTube wants to pretend like it's broadcast television and it's courting big networks, but it can't figure out the big networks hate YouTube. And let's see. Yeah, this San Diego Comic-Con trailer. Yeah, that's what it was. And so I'm trying to find it in the thing. I'll keep looking, but and let me go back to the main screen here. Because yeah, it was when I was clicking for, because I was doing a video about the Picard trailer, and I wanted a clip from one of the older Picard trailers. And so I did a quick search for the Picard trailer, and it had changed. And so I was like, wait, what? Let's see if I can... See if I can... it's going to drive me crazy now. Now it looks like that trailer doesn't even come up in a search. I wonder if it's because people called them out on it. That could be, because yeah, that video that I searched out is like gone now, which is very interesting. Gotta love it. Gotta love YouTube shenanigans. I am so freaking done with these people. It's absolutely infuriating because you know what? Granted, I know. I do this because I love you guys. I do this because I love doing it, and I would do it regardless if I was making money doing it. But don't dangle a carrot and then take it away, and then dangle it and then take it away, and then dangle it and take it away. Right? You're messing with people's livelihoods. You're making it so people who genuinely want to be able to do this for a living because they love doing it so much are being screwed over because you want to somehow make your product a what, a wannabe Netflix? Is that what you're trying to do? Because you know what? YouTube is never going to be Netflix. But you know what? If you do it right, YouTube will always be more popular than Netflix. Because people love going to YouTube for short form videos. They love going to YouTube for independent content creators. They don't want to go to YouTube to freaking watch a movie. And there is Cedric with $5. Thank you so much. I'm in the hospital. My wait, CHF is acting up. Keep me in your prayers. I don't know what that means exactly, whether your CHF is acting up, but man, Cedric, I hope you're okay, my friend. And absolutely, do not super chat me when you are suffering, my friend. Yeah, take care of yourself first, but absolutely. So prayers out to you, Cedric, and whatever that you're talking about is going on, I do hope that you recover completely. Please tell me what that means, and maybe, I don't know if you mistyped it or something, unless you can't. I mean, if you're obviously talking to a doctor, ignore me. Oh, thank you. Cystic fibrosis, says Joe. I did not know that was the abbreviation for it, so thank you, Joe. But man, yeah, thoughts and prayers your way, my friend, for sure. How long ago did you release your battle breakdown? Well, the new one I just released this morning. But the thing is that you can tell how a video is doing. You can track it through the analytics. And so you can see how is it doing compared to other videos that you've released. And on the battle breakdown videos always perform very, very well until this one. And so this one is performing on the low side of average. So I'm not particularly thrilled with that. And the thing is that even like I said, like the Borg video that we put out on Friday or Saturday, that video should be at about 10,000 views right now, but it's nowhere near that. And that's, it's basically looking at the way that YouTube is doing. Something has radically changed in the algorithm. Something has radically changed, because there's no way you can tell me that that video is like a lower caliber video than my prior Borg videos. Mr. Miles, once again, went above and beyond. The video looks and sounds great. And it's absolutely insulting to think that that is its actual performance compared to the other Borg videos. That's just, Piano Dean is in the house, says, yo, and what up, homie? How you doing, to Piano Dean? Good to see you. Directions don't add up. Okay, boomer. You know what, Rock Solid, again, enough with the boomer, please. If you want to insult me, use an insult that makes sense. Greetings, Andrew, fellow nerd, because, and I know I've said this before, but every time you call someone who is not a boomer, the only thing you demonstrate to me is your own ignorance. Greetings, Andrew, and fellow nerds. Andrew, this is karma for messing with Bird. Hail Kuroga. That must be it. Darth Maul says, I got the notification, but those who have not received it, I know that your sacrifice was not in vain. Thank you, Darth Maul. I posted a video when I was first recording videos. I checked, and now it has 5,000 views. I posted a video when I was first recording videos, and check it out, it still has 5,000 views. Well, if you put up a video, like for example, typically you put up a video and it'll get the most of its views in the first few days, right? That's typically how it goes, and depending on the kind of staying power it has, maybe a couple of weeks. Or if you're a really popular channel, maybe a couple of months. But after that, yeah, you still get views trickling in. Auntie, get back over here. Come here. Auntie, come on. Hold on just a minute. Auntie's getting into trouble. I gotta get her out of trouble.
Oi, it's my Aussie accent. It's the dingoes. We have to worry about the dingoes and the roos. The dingoes and the roos, they fight. And the shrimp fall off the Barbie.
Okay. So, yeah. You're just trying to get into trouble, dog. Yeah. Oh, what's the rant about no notification came late? it's a long story, Joseph, but yeah, the basically it's just that YouTube keeps changing the way you're supposed to do stuff, and it doesn't always work the way that they say it's supposed to work, and it's really annoying. All right, hashtag first world problems. Indeed, need to check yourself on that. And Jeff says greetings. Roxas says, you got optimistic about being on YouTube as a creator. Ha 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 ha. Trigger. Ha, I need a minute to breathe. Ha ha ha. Yeah, well, that's the thing is that YouTube, and it's funny because no, I am optimistic. I'm still optimistic. It's just that it pisses me off whenever YouTube starts screwing around with people. Because quite frankly, that's they need to stop doing that. And so, but yeah. Surf says, Andrew, am I in timeout again? Who did I make mad this time? You are not in timeout, as far as I know. Captain Spire says, I'm not going to get my hopes up for seeing 1/2 of a second nostalgic Star Trek that blew up decades ago. I will tell you, I understand that, Captain, but my point about being optimistic. Oh, now you're going to lie down? And you're going to give me that sad face? Like, oh, why are you so mean to me? Look at it. Auntie's like looking up at me like, oh, I'm so innocent. You are not. Yeah, you're a little devil dog. That's what you are. You here. Oh, yeah, go get your treat. Yeah, I know. You're a good dog. All right, so anyway, Captain Spire, I understand. If you don't want to get optimistic about Picard, that's fine. However, I will say this: I'm not going to declare that the show is great until I see it. I'm also not going to declare that the show sucks until I see it. That's pretty much all I can say. Light with Matthew says, to be fair, I should be able to fix a video without scrubbing the view count and comments. Yeah, that would be nice. But you know what? It's not nice if they give that ability to corporate videos, but not to individuals. Why are you doing that? Why are you giving larger channels tools that and by the way, the fact that they give larger channels tools that they don't give to smaller channels is demonstrably fact. I mean, now once you break 10, first of all, think about even the basic stuff. You can't monetize your channel until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view time. Why? Why do you have to have that much content? They'll say, well, it's to make sure that they're serious about content creation and not just some troll or advertising. You're worried about trolls and advertising, but you welcome corporate channels. Everything that CBS All Access puts out is spam. Every single video that CBS All Access puts on their YouTube channel is spam. Every single thing they do is just an ad to get people to subscribe to their service. But you don't want me to monetize until you're sure that I'm not spam. So, yeah. Thomas says, Andrew, look at your history. I'm not sure what you mean there, Thomas. Dan says, Bob's Burgers promoting the fact that if they have if the movie coming apart from a picture seen on Google, which is official, they have a movie coming this summer, they should promote it more. There's a Bob's Burgers movie? I haven't heard about that. Ain't nobody want to see Ed Trigger's history. Yeah, well, yeah, there's nothing there. But anyway. And again, Cedric, I hope you're feeling better soon, my friend. And I mean, absolutely keep in touch, man. Let me know. Dan says they release many trailers for things and visuals can change in pre-production. No, you don't understand, Dan. If you post a video to YouTube, I can't change the video after I posted it. I can delete that video and repost a replacement video, but I can't actually change a video that's been posted. But if CBS can, why do they have that ability, but I don't? Give me one good reason. The other type of website similar to YouTube is Daily Motion that I've seen. Well, I've seen a few competitors to YouTube, but guess what? They're, and Google knows this. Nobody's going to go there because there's no traffic there. I can't, there's no point in going to another streaming site unless YouTube collapses. And so, let's see. And Tom says, look at your YouTube history. It shows what videos you've watched. Well, what's that got to do with anything? What videos I've watched doesn't matter. What matters is the views. What I care about is the videos that are popping up, or the videos that I'm seeing as far as the views that I'm seeing as far as my videos. I actively avoid these big corporate run channels on YouTube because that isn't what I'm here for. I understand it, but the problem is that YouTube thinks that's the way to make money, is to just encourage, CBS and NBC and all those guys to have channels and to screw over and crap on all the little guys which built this platform. Oh, the to find the Picard video. Oh, that's a good idea, Thomas. I'll do that. I'm not going to do it right now, but yeah, I will. I don't even know how. I never looked at my viewing history because I generally don't care. Here's analytics. Where do I even go to do that? Let's see, your channel. Whatever. I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'm just grumpy. Anyway, where was I? Let's see. Dan says I bought that Deep Space Nine documentary to watch on YouTube when it came out. That's fine. Well, but you know what? That shouldn't be what YouTube is for. That's the thing. I don't like I don't buy movies on YouTube. I'll buy them on Amazon Prime. I'll buy them on Vudu, but I will not buy them on YouTube. Sorry, Google, you're not getting my money for that, because that's not what YouTube is supposed to be. And if that's what YouTube becomes, goodbye. If I want paid commercial content on YouTube, I'll just watch Netflix. Jeff, really like the one I released today. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Light with Matthew says, you up for a Rise of Skywalker stream with Rock Solid Productions on tonight now that everyone is healthy again? Possibly. Depends. You have to tell me what time and we can talk. Your videos are some of the best I've seen on YouTube. Well, I appreciate that, Jeff. And me and Mr. Mouse put a lot of work into these videos, and I think that they're really, really good. But it just pisses me off that, Google and YouTube just basically have the ability to make or break these videos. Can't really see Auntie's face. By the way, this is a nice little coat that we got for Auntie because the weather's been kind of cold, so we want her to be able to be nice and warm. But I'm very proud of the work we've done. It's just, but we're dependent on Google to allow people to see it. In your Dominion video today, I didn't realize that Jem'Hadar were shooting torpedoes in that episode. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny that they got the effects guys got it backwards. Don't understand why his videos do bad. That puts this up. Well, yeah, I understand, Bird, that this is bad.
Oi, it's my Aussie accent.
Yeah, that's definitely horrible, and yet your channel is still growing. Any good Kuroga jokes? Absolutely.
Oi, it's my Aussie accent.
There we go. That's a Kuroga joke right there. Loquisha says, good day to you, sir. The new Borg video is awesome. Unfortunately, I think Trek lore sadly may be on the downside of interest in the fan base is aging out and has lost a generation. I disagree, Loquisha. If that were true, then our Borg Queen video wouldn't have topped out at, I don't remember what it got, like 100 and, was it the Borg Queen that got 160,000 views, or was it the Borg Origin? One of the two. But no, I'm sorry, but there's plenty of room for good lore videos. And I think that there's still plenty of Star Trek fans out there that want to talk about the classic stuff. By the way, did Antricker channel viewership dip coincide with you son of a bitch Antrick at the end of each video? No. Not at all. In fact, the viewership has been up until this very week. There have been a few Galaxy classes left over. Yeah, I think that Galaxy class ship that we see is part of a dream sequence. And I'm so glad to see it. Zabe says, hello world and Anti-Trekker. How you doing, Zabe? Mr. Captain says, do you know how Bird came to rule Kuroga? funny story about Bird and Kuroga. What happened was, you see, Kuroga was in an economic depression, and the country was completely falling apart, and quite frankly, for good reason. The problem is that what people don't realize is that Kuroga is actually in this low valley, and and in this valley is where all the sewage from all the neighboring countries of Kuroga runs into it. So Kuroga is basically a gigantic valley of raw sewage. And so everybody left because they were sick of, literally waiting in sewage all day. But one person, and only one person, loved it there, and that was Bird of Prey. And so he started his empire, bathing in sewage. Professor McCoy says, cease and desist for you're violating the Geneva Convention. This will count as a war crime against humanity. Well, thank you, I think, Professor McCoy, and I appreciate that. Actually, I don't. If you want the official story on how Bird came to rule over Kuroga, you'd have to ask Bird. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to tell you. Yep, and every other TC and film studio. I'm not sure what you mean there by that. In Star Trek Enterprise Season 3 0 Hour, taking this to the reptilian ship, Shram, the third torpedo almost got you. Be careful. Prepare to come to port. Okay. What? Not sure what the point of that is. Live Matthew, reminds me, did you get that plaque for hitting 10K? Did we see? No, I never got a plaque for hitting 10K. Please. You really think they're going to give me anything? Cinnabon says, wait, yes, you can. Okay. My recommended YouTube videos went from fandom menacers to Asian cooking and pet videos. Wow. What the heck? Even when you try to block those channels, they keep showing up. Yeah, I understand. And that's the funny thing is that, yeah, I see that kind of thing too. Where, it's like, why are you recommending this video to me right now? That makes no effing sense. It really doesn't make any kind of sense. Like, let's see. I'm getting suggestions right now for Key and Peele, for translator fails, which don't even, okay. British Priest reviews memes. A couple of Fandom Menace channels. Let's see. Vanity Fair. Really, I'm getting suggested to Vanity Fair. I've never watched a Vanity Fair video ever. So Pete Holmes, don't even know who that is. There's one for this idiot named Rock Solid. Let's see. Yeah, so it's like this mixed bag, but they keep throwing in these big, like I keep getting suggestions for Saturday Night Live, right? Because Saturday Night Live has its own official channel. And I'm sorry, I'm not watching corporate crap on YouTube. Not gonna do it. I won't even watch IGN anymore, because they've gotten too big for their britches. I can't believe it. Bird is saying that he is bad. No, I didn't say Bird is bad. I said he likes to swim in sewage. That's not a moral thing. Surf says, have a good stream. We'll listen on and off. Works great for work headphones. All right, my friend. Dan says, my last comment was to mention the visual effects for the reptilian weapons don't look like torpedoes, just disruptors or energy pulsers. Oh, okay. I don't remember what those weapons look like, but with the Dominion, the funny thing is they specifically say they're using a phased polaron beam, and then we see a torpedo in the visual effects. And then later, we actually, and in fact, the clip that I showed of them firing a beam weapon was the next episode. So it was the episode, The Search, Part 1, when they actually corrected that problem. Give you a good reason. They paid for it. Okay. You could do some minor edits in YouTube Studio, go to the video, go to the editor, you can trim it, add blur and other effects, only decent thing about it. Yeah, but you can't completely replace the video with something else. Big companies like Watch Mojo, I don't like Watch Mojo at all. I used to like them when they were smaller, But no, I don't. Yeah, I don't watch these big corporate channels. And when you can spot a corporate channel pretty easily. First of all, the people at Watch Mojo that are reading the videos, they're just professional voice actors. They are not. They don't write anything that they read. They don't know about anything they read, and that's why you hear them say these incredibly stupid things like, hey, everybody, The Last Jedi was one of the most popular movies in history, so let's talk about the top 10 reasons why Last Jedi is awesome, So, yeah, I'm sorry, they're clueless. Christopher says, I'm subscribed to Dave Cullen on Bitchute. Unless a large swath of YouTubers commit to another channel, will continue to suffer YouTube's constraints. That'll be a tipping point. Yeah, but Bitchute ain't going to be it. Not unless Bitchute radically improves their system. I have a Bitchute account, but I will tell you, Bitchute sucks. It does. I can't find something. It's YouTube's fault. Get off my lawn. All right, rock solid. Some companies that make videos like Watch Mojo, Wired, Variety Magazine. Yeah, I'm not interested in that kind of crap. What I care about, and that's why I talk about the nerd community a lot. But that's why I talk about the nerd community. You guys are what I care about, right? And I care about genuine channels that are real individuals. For example, Trek Yards, who is here right now. But also, even though it's a radically different viewpoint, you look at Doomcock, you look at Nerdrotic and stuff. These are not corporate channels. These are not channels bought and paid for by some company and paying people to say things and stuff. This is just people giving their honest opinions and appraisals of things. And whether or not those channels are what their topic of discussion is, well, that's up to the individuals, as opposed to it being handed to you in the form of a script. Tim says, I buy my movies on DVD, Blu-ray. That's how I want to own it. I generally do as well, but like one thing I'll do is I use Vudu extensively, and I like that Vudu, you can actually buy the DVD or Blu-ray and they'll send it to you, and it costs about the same as going to the store and getting it. Plus, you can instant access it on their streaming service. Roxanne says, go to your channel on the left side under home, trending subs, library history. Oh, thank you. Wow, Roxanne, you actually weren't a dick there, like you were in every other comment you left. I think your watch history has a lot to do with what is recommended, even replacing vids from channels you sub to. Yeah, but you know what? I understand that the algorithm is designed to suggest videos based on your view history, and I'm fine with that. As far as like on the little side, if I'm watching a video and they put related videos on the side, I'm totally down with that. I like that. That's what the algorithm should do. But you know what the algorithm shouldn't do? Tell me what I want to watch when on the YouTube homepage. My subscriptions should tell me what I want to watch on the homepage, unless I have no subscriptions. Right? That's where the algorithm can fill in the holes there. So if I'm only subscribed to 3 channels and there's room to put 20 videos on the homepage, yeah, fill in the rest with suggestions based on my history. But first and foremost should be channels I'm subscribed to. But you know what I never see in my recommended videos? DJ Odyssey, Bird of Prey, Rock Solid, the people at Trek Yards even, the people I'm subscribed to. I see all this crap. I'm not subscribed to a single channel that I see on my recommended list. Let's see, Key and Peele, Nerd, Nostalgic, Translator Fails, IGN, How It Should Have Ended, Merry Mayhem, Jolly, Doctor Who official channel, Certifiably In-Game, Bonus Round, Eckert's Ladder, We Scheme, Vanity Fair, 74 Gears, Saturday Night Live, Digital Foundry, and then finally I get to one where I'm actually subscribed to, Rock Solid. And so I had to go down that far into the list to get to someone I'm actually subscribed to. And by the way, it's even the first thing in the recommended list is this live stream. Explain that to me. Let me look. The very first thing there is my live stream that I'm doing right now. Why the hell would, this uber smart algorithm system is suggesting to me that I watch a video that I am streaming right now. Will Turkestan ever have Olympic Games? Well, yes, Turkestan does have an Olympic team. And there's Trek Yards. How's it going, my friend? Hanging in there. Looking forward to Picard. I hope that we can. I hope that we can talk on Thursday night about it. I know you're doing a late stream, but that's okay because I actually have an appointment that I have to go to when I would normally stream. So I'll be doing an early stream that day, and then I'd love to join with you later, and we can talk about it. Tim says, I watched your debate on Midnight's Edge. They're right. You're wrong. Just kidding. I wanted to get you fired. Oh, that's all right. If you disagree with me and you agree with them, I'm okay with that. I love a good debate. You're complaining about YouTube being unfair, but you know the game before you started the channel. You knew that YouTube changes things left, right, up, down, side. That doesn't change the fact that it's wrong. That doesn't change the fact that I'm going to say that it's wrong, because that's what I do. I speak my mind on things, whether it's good or bad. Aussies will be rioting at the sound of Bird of Prey's Aussie accent. That I don't doubt. And Captain Foley says hi to everyone. And yes, and again, Captain Foley, I don't know if you're still here, but hopefully we'll get to talk on Thursday night. I do want to talk to you and the commander, if possible, about Picard. I want to have, honestly, here's the thing. I want to have a level-headed conversation about it. The first thing I want to do as far as a conversation about the show, I want to talk to someone who doesn't already hate it. You know, and if you guys hate it after seeing it, you know, I'm fine with that. But I'm saying I don't want my first conversation to be with people who've already decided that they hate the show. Have you seen the new Starfleet KDF hybrid ship to be released by Star Trek Online? I have not. Boomer became the standard or friendly insult for people having trouble with tech. I understand that, Al Bundy, but you know what I see when I hear boomer? Ignorance. And I find that, honestly, I find it offensive. The reason I find it offensive is because you guys owe the boomers a lot. And I'm not a boomer, I'm a Gen Xer, but we owe the baby boom generation. And so to use the name of their generation as an insult, I find offensive, all right? I truly do. Granted, I know some people say that with millennials, right? They'll use millennial as an insult for someone who is insubordinate or, you know, entitled and everything. But I tend to use the word insubordinate or entitled. Alexander's in the house says, it means that you need to leave forever the Phantom Menace to get to 15K. It's not about the Phantom Menace right now. Karoga's sewers of robot hell level 12. That is actually true. The sewers of robot hell pour into Karoga. Dan says, what do you think about Earth ships we see at the end of Season 2 and the beginning of Season 4, but they're nowhere to be seen at the end of Season 3 when the Xindi attack? Well, they should have been there. But, you know, that's just a creative decision. They decided not to put them there. How does 8 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Central Standard sound for Rise of Skywalker? Tonight, I'm going to have to, possibly, I have to double check because I might have somewhere to go, but I will check. And Roxelle says you get a plaque at 100,000. Yeah, I doubt I will. Vinny, just saying, I don't think they're going to give independent creators like me a plaque. Granted, they gave one to Doomcock, but I don't think they gave one to Nerdrotic, or did they? I'm trying to remember. What's your all-time favorite gaming console? PlayStation 4. As far as consoles. I prefer gaming on a PC. With CBS Paramount merger, maybe if Picard has a Season 2, we could see the Enterprise E. That is a possibility. You know, that's the thing. With the merger, they can legally show anything now. It's just they couldn't do that when they were filming this season of Picard. But really, the Enterprise E was the only thing that was really off limits. And I think that, honestly, we should be seeing more classic starships. Mr. Miles will be forever first, but I'm forever awesome. Auntie is far cuter than Baby Yoda could ever be. Well, I'm sure Auntie agrees with you. I got notifications to a live stream I didn't sub to. Well, yeah, I've gotten notifications like that too. Like, I still get email notifications for freaking John Campia. Karoga News, Turkestan is against instilling strong work ethics in children. Well, that's one way to put it. Another way to put it is that Karoga abuses orphans. You probably saw Vanity Fair web article about Star Wars tracked by Google that owns YouTube. But here's the thing. Maybe so. Maybe I looked at some random article, but that has nothing to do with my viewing history, and I've never watched a Vanity Fair video. And so, yeah. Trekyard says, no Trekyard's recommendations. What are you talking about? I recommend you guys all the frickin' time. You guys are the ultimate source of information on the Treknology out there. And in fact, we were talking about you quite a bit the other day, because we were talking, we were talking about the fact that you guys talk to a lot of the behind the scenes people about the technology stuff. And that's why I tend to take your word above most others when it comes to stuff. I basically agree with you about movies on YouTube, but there's some independent documentaries that Netflix may not have and other stuff showcased for free, which helps new creators. Well, here's the thing. If like, for example, Echo Base Network put out that documentary about the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm saying, but if the latest Terminator movie is available on YouTube for $4.99, no thank you. I'm getting those priest meme suggestions too. Maybe it's videos with a paid promotion. It could be. I'm actually trying to find out how to do a paid promotion, because I was thinking about doing that with a couple of videos. Let's see. That's why they suggested Vanity Fair, because you never watch it. Exactly. There was a time when IGN was watchable. Yeah, I think back when they were little. I'm an idiot, huh? First a hater, now an idiot. Got it. Nice. I only say that in love, rock solid. Jeff says, no, Bird himself said he is bad. Oh, well, then he is. Al Bundy says, SNL used to be good, but now it starts always a Trump bit, and that's lame. Yeah, SNL, the problem with SNL is that their political humor used to be something you would see once or twice a month. Now it's something you see 5 or 6 times a show. And it's getting really, really old, really, really fast. Yes, some of the Trump, I think Alec Baldwin as Trump is hilarious, but not every day, not every week. I don't need to see him over and over and over. It gets old. And the same thing like with their news, like half the news these last couple of seasons are all about Trump. Okay, enough. We get it. You don't like him. Can we move on? Alexander says, YouTube is right in his suggestions to me. I have a lot of suggestions about Jar Jar Binks. I don't doubt it. If Caroga had an amusement park, Caroga Land, what rides would I have? What would the mascot be? Well, the mascot would be a orphan with a giant bird cracking a whip over on the orphan's back. That's their mascot. And the amusement park would include rides like, the sewage plunge, and the uranium cakes would be the snacks that you would get, and yeah, it would be lots of fun for nobody. I thought they said set a beam weapon to pulse when they attacked. They set the beam weapon to be a pulse when they attacked the Odyssey. There's nothing to suggest that. They say the word beam, you don't see a beam. You see what looks like torpedoes. Watch Mojo also just steals content from smaller YouTubers. That's very true. And I don't like that either. Hey, Andrew, remember Waspinator? Neither do I. Oh, man, you got me there. You got me there, Captain. Yeah. Waspinator. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. I don't give a crap about him. Yeah. I would like to have a blue key. Me too. I'm not sure what you mean there, Alexander. Bird of Prey saying, wow, what? Because you admitted that you're evil? With Watch Mojo, viewers have to go to their website and suggest the videos and comment up to 10 suggestions on videos. Okay, I don't pay attention to Watch Mojo anymore, so I don't know what they do. Dan says, there are a few YouTubers where you go to their Twitter and they block you. Well, here's the thing. I don't block people unless they're spamming me or they are threatening someone. Other than that, I do not block people, period. You can, on my Twitter or on YouTube or whatever, you can say all sorts of mean things about me, and I don't care. However, you threaten my family, you're gone. And believe me, I've gotten that just a couple of times, but I have gotten that. And so you make the slightest hint of a threat against Joshua, you're gone. Never going to talk to you again, period. But if, you can insult me all day long. I don't mind bigger corporate channels to a point or official news channels, but I prefer high-quality channels like yours or Trek Yards. Thank you, Mr. Captain. And here's the thing. I don't actually have a problem with the news channels having a YouTube outlet. For example, CNN, and MSNBC, Fox, whatever. Because if there's a major political or catastrophic event in the world, it's nice to be able to get that information on YouTube without having to subscribe to CNN. So for that, I'm okay. But I don't want to see a forever commercial of CBS All Access. So the last thing I'm going to do is subscribe to the CBS All Access channel. You know what? I already pay for CBS All Access, the service. I don't need a YouTube channel to tell me about what's coming on their service. And I just realized I think Auntie's probably a little chilly. I'm going to turn on the heater for her, even though she's in her little coat that we got for her. And we got that because we think that she's been too cold. All right, so turn that on. Where was I? There are a few YouTubers where you go to their Twitter and I already read that. I don't mind bigger corporate channels to a point. Oh, I already read that too. But if YouTube only showed you content based on what you liked, how would they be able to show you transvestite makeup tutorials or Jimmy Fallon content? Exactly. But you know what? I don't, and that's the thing. I do get suggested Jimmy Fallon and, Jimmy Kimmel and all those guys all the time. And you know what? I'm sorry. They have freaking broadcast network television shows. They don't need YouTube to get views. They really don't. Let the content creators, there's a lot of genuinely funny stuff. Look, How It Should Have Ended is an entirely YouTube-based, channel. I love How It Should Have Been Ended. I still watch their video. I don't subscribe to them because what we do is when me and Mrs. Antringer watch a movie, then after we watch the movie, we search out the movie. We watch the Jeremy Johns review of the movie and discuss whether we agree or not with Jeremy Johns. Then we'll look for Honest Trailer, How It Should Have Ended, and CinemaSins for that movie. That's how we do it. We don't subscribe to any of those channels, but we just search to see if they put any content for a movie we may have watched. And that's always fun. Dave says, I gave up on recommendations a long time ago. Only look at subscriptions. Even when your recommended is interesting, it's just a time sink so YouTube can keep showing you ads. That's kind of true. I think you set your own features so you could watch yourself. I don't know why it's suggesting me. That makes no sense. Recommended watch yourself. Exactly. Yeah, that it was ridiculously stupid. And yeah, that just makes no sense. I have video suggestions of the YouTuber Computing Forever, and his channel is disgusting. I actually, Computing Forever, that's one of the Dave Cullen channels. I'm sure you think it's disgusting because he is a classical liberal and you're a communist. Well, I think Google is I think at least Google is recommending your streams. Yeah, to me. But I don't know if it's recommending it to anybody else. I genuinely don't. Because most of the people, as far as I know, most people that come to the streams don't come because of a suggestion. They come because they're subscribed already. YouTube wouldn't even recommend my live streams to myself. Well, that's stupid, I guess. Why is it suggesting to me, I guess? I don't know. It makes no sense. I also have a jerk. Roxall Productions is in my suggestions. Wow. What are you doing, Roxall? You paying off YouTube? Some YouTubers I watch because it came up in their suggested videos page. Well, but the thing is that the stuff I see here, like IGN, I don't care about what IGN thinks about Doom Eternal. You know what? I'll check out Doom Eternal when it comes out because I liked the Doom franchise, but I really couldn't care less about what IGN thinks because they are the very definition of shills. Yeah. They'll give it a good rating, even if it sucks. Actually, if you ever read my commentary, I agree with you more than other people. And if you take in the debates, we're really spot on, especially concerning spoilers. Yeah, I appreciate that, Tim. And yeah, it's funny because I'm at a point now, and I apologize to all of you. I know a lot of you leave really interesting and insightful comments on my videos. I try to read comments. I can't read them all anymore. I just can't, and I hate that because it's one of those problem that everybody would like to have, but it's because you guys are so into the conversation and stuff, it's impossible to get that much out there and then also be working on producing the next video. So it's it's difficult, but I love it. I love the fact that you guys are having those conversations, and sometimes you guys get into it. But I appreciate that. I'm also going to do a stream while I watch Picard, 2:30 a.m. Thursday, if anyone wants to join. Very good, Cinnabon. I don't know if I'll be up that late, but when I will try to get a Picard review out on Thursday. Maybe the phase polaron beam from the search part 1 was set to proximity blast. That must be it. Sometimes it won't give you recommended video of people you already subscribe to, and it shows people who are similar. Yeah, but you know what? I think that the recommendations should be from your subscriptions first. You know, basically, and that's how it used to be. Like, I remember in the old days of YouTube, you would log into YouTube, and the first thing you would see is if any of your subscribed content has put videos up. If the answer to that is no, then it would recommend videos. But it wouldn't just, because like I said, I had to scroll all the way down until I saw Rock Solid before there was anybody that I was subscribed to. That's just wrong. Captain Cat says, good morning, how you doing? I missed video responses. Those were awesome back in the day. I'm not hating Picard yet, but I'm going into it with low expectations. I can understand that, but, it's just there are people out there that are posting videos about how horrible the show. Oh, test screenings are a disaster. It's going to be the worst show ever. It's a thing on Instagram where it keeps showing me pictures I've already liked, and I'm thinking, why would I need to see something I've already liked? Well, I don't do Instagram, so I can't speak to that. Alexander, how can I block the YouTuber computing forever? I hate him. I don't know. I don't know how to stop something from coming up in your subscriptions or in your recommendations, because it's really annoying. I don't want IGN in my recommendations, but I still get it. I don't want to get notifications for John Campea, but I always get freaking notifications for John Campea. I buy DVDs online and adverts come up for the DVDs I've already bought. Candace says, Gen X leaves home at 18, gets a job, go to college, gets a place to live, and are happy to get out of their parents' house. Well, that's true. I did leave my parents' house at 18. Trek Yards. I was referring to YouTube not recommending Trek Yards to you. Damn, you're so far behind in the chat. I am. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's no Trek Yards recommendations here. Even though I do watch Trek Yards regularly. Let me see. Let's see. IGN again, Saturday Night Live, Geeks and Gamers, the Popcast, Lore Reloaded. Hey, I'm subscribed to Lore Reloaded, so there's one. Another Saturday Night Live, Certifiable Endgame, Calvin, what? Never even heard of that person. And let's see, Nerdstalgic again. See, it's like showing me all these large channels that I've like someone I've never heard of, but all these videos have like millions of views. And so it's like they're trying to push these large channels, these successful channels. You know what? F you, YouTube. How about you know what? If it's got 2.5 million views, it doesn't need your help to get more views. You know who needs help getting your views? How about the small to mid-sized channels? How about Bird of Prey? How about Trek Yards? How about you suggest those channels, because they could actually benefit from you. Let's see. So Bird sent me a picture of his recommended videos, and so, or is this your history? No, I don't, or I'm not sure what and he says it's very easy. Click the 3 dots. Oh, don't recommend channel. Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you, Bird. So what you can do, and Alexander, listen here. So you click on the 3 dots by the name of the video, And yes, I'd never seen that before. And you can click on don't recommend channel. So that way it will not recommend that channel anymore. I did not know that. So that's very cool. So there you go. My suggestion on X video are perfect. They mainly Asian girls video. Whatever. Not sure if I already typed this question, but do you like the trading button on YouTube showing the red videos are trading? Are you saying there's like a trend? Oh, trending. I've never looked at trending videos. Never. Not once. So no. The E is uglier than D, and I wish the E blew up a long time ago. I'm not the E I think is a better looking ship than the D. Sorry, Valor, but yeah. Sci-Fi Nation says, I like the PJ of Orville Nation. I said to PJ of Orville Nation when he was on my stream last night, I reserve the right to pass judgment on a show until I've actually seen it. And I agree with that. There is absolutely no reason to judge the show before you see it. And that's where I got mad at the Fandom Menace over Rise of Skywalker. They all hated it before the movie came out. And by the way, and this is a problem as well with that, is that here... And this boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind as far as all the people out there, friends and foes alike out there in the Fandom Menace. I really, really don't understand this. So when Last Jedi was the topic of conversation, what did you hear constantly from the Fandom Menace? Hey, I love strong women, but you know what? This whole agenda thing is too much. Why are you pushing? Why are you pushing this? You know, all this politics in Star Wars, it's inappropriate. I can't stand this. Why are you doing this to our franchise? My God, why did you make Luke Skywalker a deadbeat? Why did you do this? You know, and okay, so now fast forward to Rise of Skywalker. Now, let's say just hypothetically, I hated Rise of Skywalker. Right? Let's say the Palpatine thing didn't work for me. I didn't like it at all. You know what I would be saying in my review? You know, I didn't like the movie. I got to be honest, but I got to say at least it was not an agenda-driven film like Last Jedi was. At least they apologized for what they did in Last Jedi. They tried. They failed, but they tried. I would at least acknowledge that. But nobody in the Fandom Menace is willing to acknowledge the fact that they did, in fact, try to make up for some of the problems in the prior films. Instead, it's just the hate train, right? And that's fine if you hate the movie. If you want to argue that it's just a bad movie, I'm perfectly okay with that. But couldn't you at least acknowledge the fact that it's not an agenda-driven film, which was our number one complaint about the last film? Sorry. Josh says, Got to Follow Antranger isn't that far behind like Bird of Prey gets. I'm pretty far behind. Would you ever get recognized in the real world when doing normal things like grocery shopping? I have only been recognized twice in my life because of YouTube. LaQuisha says, one example is a pilot for a Has-Been Hotel, an independent animation studio project that you can watch for free on YouTube. It's more polished than your typical channel content. Well, that's fine. If it's original YouTube content, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Hollywood productions on YouTube. Sci-Fi Sith says, hello, how you doing? Dan says, Romulan Warbird can fire either a beam or a pulse. Mention that they have adjustable weapons, I think. Well, they have disruptors, which are beams, and they have plasma cannons, which are pulse. They have both. And if Trek Yards is still here, I'm sure he'll back me up on that. But they are different weapons. Thomas Potts is fake news. Hail Kuroga. No, Kuroga is fake news. Hail Thomas Potts. Brian says, hey, Trigger, companies like Google and Microsoft pushing patent patient healthcare data and Disney, Netflix, Amazon controlling media, what do you think of privacy user rights in the future? Oh, privacy is not, first of all, it doesn't matter what I think of privacy. Guess what? Everybody gave up their privacy as soon as they made a Facebook account, right? I mean, people, why should anybody try to collect your privacy when everybody's just giving it to Facebook for free? All right. As far as Microsoft and Google purchasing patient healthcare data, I don't know where you got that from. I don't know if that's because, as far as I understand, that's illegal. And Thomas said, and Thomas, you did. I'm sorry. Thomas super chat of $4.99, and I completely spaced it. I am truly sorry, Thomas. Says Bird is a cheater, orphan killer, and destroyer of hospitals. That is all verifiably true. And Uber chat number 13. All right, guys, brace your ears for Bird O' Prey.
To answer when one does not understand the question.
Can you let us hear the probe's transmission?
Yes, sir. On speakers.
The president did say it was directed at Earth's ocean.
Uhura, can you modify the probe's signals, accounting for density, temperature, and salinity factors?
I can try, sir.
Son of a bitch!
I think I have it, sir.
You son of a bitch, Anthony Tracker!
And this is what it would sound like underwater.
Yes, sir.
You son of a bitch, Anthony Tracker!
Bird of prey.
Fire!
Oh, man, there was lightning right here.
There you go. True story. Bird of prey transmitting information, burning everybody's ears. It absolutely is. That's how it went down. And Dan says, I don't always like getting adverts on YouTube, but sometimes if it won't, adverts may not have been seen particular movie trailer. Oh, I don't mind ads. Don't get me wrong. Obviously it'd be stupid for me to hate ads because, you know, I get money from ads. But I don't like these corporate channels that are nothing but ads. You know, if you go to the CBS All Access channel, the whole purpose of that channel is just to convince you to subscribe to CBS All Access. The corporate channels are getting their content via YouTube outside the USA. Licensing is probably different. My wife watches the late night shows on YouTube. Okay, but not sure what not sure what the point of that, Joseph, is. Are you just saying that that's an avenue for her to get American television programming? And let's see, how it should have ended. Love it, hilarious. I love how it should have ended. You force Joshua to watch Lore singing. No, I don't force him to. He does it of his own free will. And actually, that one Joshua didn't do. I made that one. I searched out how it should have ended after seeing a film or whatever. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Dave is a liberal. He seems very conservative to me. He's a classical liberal. That's what, no, and Zabe is, yeah, modern conservatives are classical liberal. A classical liberal is different than a conservative. Because a classical liberal is more akin to what we would call a libertarian. A conservative, the problem with the modern term conservative, similar to the problem with the modern term liberal, is that you have certain economic ideas that are conservative versus liberal, but then you have these social ideas, right? Like conservatives are pro-gun, conservatives are pro-death penalty, conservatives are pro-life, stuff like that. A classical liberal, generally speaking, the social stuff is irrelevant. What they're talking about is how to properly administer and run a government, and it's usually from a minimalistic perspective. This guy's, you subscribe to yourself. You wanted to cheat the number of subscribers. Actually, the funny thing is you can't. You used to be able to do that, but you can't subscribe to yourself anymore. I've tried. Sometimes you get a video that says not available in your country. I've never had that come up as a suggested video. This live stream is the second recommendation on my list, but I never pay attention to recommendations. I look at subscriptions. I do too. So you like Doom, good to know. Yes, I'm actually looking forward to Doom Eternal. It looks like it'll be good. I do think that the classic Doom games are, like Doom 3 was actually really good. The last Doom game, I think, a little fast-paced. A little too fast-paced. Galith says, I haven't subscribed to your channel because I still had a few things about your perception about the Borg. I got recommended to this live, and it's interesting, and thanks. Well, thank you for joining us, and that's okay. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, that's perfectly fine. If you do like what you see, please do. But, of course, now that you've watched a couple of my Borg videos, you're going to probably get suggested my videos for the rest of your life. Dan says, I once clicked on a video by Brit Comedy Box, and it said the user has not made this video available in your country, and I'm in the UK. That's kind of weird. Candace says, this wasn't even in the recommendation list. I had to go to subscriptions to find you. Yeah, that's the funny thing about it. It just makes no sense. On X video, there's always spoilers in the title of the video. Alexander, can you please stop being so graphic with your stuff? I get a lot of science news and geeky anti-trekker on my front page. Yeah, I get mostly nerd-related stuff, but it's mostly from the corporate channels as opposed to the people that I actually care about. And set about 2:30 a.m. Pacific time? No, it'll be 2:30 a.m. Eastern, or 2:30 a.m. Central. Picard is released officially at midnight Pacific time, which would be 3 a.m. for you, Bird, 2 a.m. for me. In truth, the moment I heard Google buying YouTube, I've seen this happening. Well, this kind of stuff was already starting to happen before Google took over, but yeah, they just accelerated it. I only saw your failed stream at the top of my suggestions. That's funny. Yeah, and I don't understand what I'm trying to do it their way, and it doesn't like me. How that clowns clown about the screen test. How that clowns clown about the screen test of Picard. They were there? No, they weren't, but they do that. And they do that because they want something to talk about, and people like watching hate. They do. People love, it's much more fun to watch somebody rant and rave about something than to watch somebody calmly discuss something. That's unfortunately just a fact of life. And I mean, a perfect example is that even though I deleted it because I think I went too far with my rant, and I also was mistaken about a couple of things in my rant. But on Sunday, when I did that impromptu stream, I had upwards of 120 people watching. Why? Because I was yelling and screaming and ranting and raving. But when I'm calm and collected and everything, yeah, that doesn't happen. Now, let's see. Demo says, I remember video responses, YouTube axing this feature as one of their stepping of transition from a place that people blog to a corporate outlet. Yes, that was really eliminating video responses was what made YouTube into a corporate site instead of something for individual creators. That was one of the coolest things, was the video response. And because it worked in two ways. One, you could follow a conversation back and forth by simply clicking on the next link, clicking on the next link, clicking on the next link. That was awesome. But also, and this was actually a cool thing that people could do, is that it would allow smaller YouTubers to get noticed by attaching themselves to larger YouTubers of a similar stripe. So, for example, let's say that Trek Yards puts out a video about the Excelsior class, and I have my own 2 cents to say about the Excelsior, so I do a video response to Trek Yards' video. What happens is now if you watch Trek Yards' video, you see my video listed underneath Trek Yards' video as a video response. Now, where people would abuse it is that should be a response to Trek Yards. So my video should start out with, hey guys, Michael Trey Crawford here, and I'm going to talk about Trek Yards video. Instead, what people would do is just link any old video on their channel just to try and get more views. But if you actually did it as a clever, well thought out response, then maybe Trek Yards would respond to my response and we'd get a conversation going, and that would be beneficial to both of us. And Alexander says, by the way, Asian Muslim wife born in the USSR is the best choice. Well, I know she is for you. Loquisha says, I like Dave Cullen, but I think he has moved away from classical liberalism towards more traditional conservatism, which is fine and respectable, but sometimes he contradicts himself. I have not watched him lately, so I couldn't say. I don't go to YouTube for political debate generally. And Alexander is now saying F forever computing. Well, that may be your opinion, but come on, Alexander. Let's be nice here. I'm on the YouTube app. I go to suggested videos page and click the 3 dots next to the video. I have an option to click not interested. I don't recommend, block, report, share, save. Okay. Well, it looks like you can do it on the app too. And Trekyard says, glad to be hanging out with you in the stream again. Haven't really watched any of your lives as of late. I know, Captain Foley, and I understand you've been busy. You've got stuff going on. You guys got to make the bank as just like, everybody else. So I hope that, again, Foley, that we get to talk on Thursday night. Like the dude Skywalker. Luke the dude Skywalker. Yes, that's what he was. That don't apologize, Mr. Anti-Tricker. I'm not sure what you mean there. Orville says, some did anti-trigger, but you're right, not many. Oh, yeah, I'm too far behind. Trekker says, that's because the Fandom Menace are a bunch of know-it-all bullies and will never admit they like anything. Well, I'm part of the Fandom Menace, and I'm not a know-it-all bully. Well, I am kind of a know-it-all, but I'm not really a bully, and I do admit that I like some things. I guess I'm the anti-Fandom Menace. I got notifications for articles saying that Disney wants to redo the sequel trilogy. I'm sure that is a load of crap. I like Jeremy and his Geeks and Gamers fans like to say negativity is good for business and business is good. Oh, like Jeremy and his Geeks and Gamers fans like to say negativity is good. That's unfortunately true. And Bird points out to Trekyards, a lot of people who identify as Phantom Menace like the Mandalorian, the Joker, the Orville, and the Expanse. That is actually true. So, and I understand Trekyards, and believe me, I don't begrudge Captain Foley for having a negative feeling about the Phantom Menace, because many in the Phantom Menace have attacked Trekyards as being a shill channel, which is, I'm sorry, if you think Trekyard, and I know I got 100 people watching right now, if you think Trekyards is a shill channel, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You really don't. You don't understand what, just because Captain Foley is more positive than most in the Phantom Menace doesn't make him a shill. But, yeah. If you do propose to me a Captain Redneck video, I'll do the same. Okay. I don't think Captain Redneck doesn't do videos. Zabe says, nope, not illegal. Google the Google scandal regarding Google accidentally releasing private health information. Well, I don't know anything about that. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, because as far as I know, like maybe you people sign releases to their health provider that Google can have the information, but I never have. Loquisha says, not sure what Phantom Menace reviews you're referencing to, but Geese and Gamers, Neurotic, and Doomconk and Mahler, he's Phantom Menace, all acknowledge the Rise of Skywalker took shots at Wit against The Last Jedi. Good. Thomas says, remember, this is Bird's fault indeed. Will not pay if he blows out your speakers. Well, no, Bird, you're responsible if the speakers blow up. You're the ones making those weird sounds. Iron Man played by Robert Downey Jr. Do you like it when he does other roles such as Sherlock Holmes and his new Doolittle? Well, Doolittle looks like a hot mess pile of crap movie, but I liked him in Sherlock Holmes. Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor. I like him overall. Bird has problems of elocutions in that a video. Not sure what you mean. And Candace throws $2 in. Thank you so much. Enter finally some loose change. Thank you. I truly appreciate the loose change. As all and every little bit indeed helps. And of course I say all the time, and I'm not saying that you don't, but since she mentions the loose change she found, yes, it's perfectly okay to donate your loose change. Do not donate your food money or your rent money or anything like that. I'll get mad at you for that. But thank you, Candace. This is God Punchline. I lost you there. Anyway, on the corporate channels on YouTube, yes, it was just a comment about why they are on YouTube so much, possibly. Yeah, I hate them. On YouTube, I have always notifications from the NWA, and I'm glad about it. I don't know who you mean. By the NWA, I think of a rap group. I don't know, is that what you mean? Because you don't seem like the type of person to care about NWA, the rap group. He tried to cheat by subscribing to himself. He just said it. I tried to subscribe to myself to get notifications, to make sure that notifications were going out, but it said you can't subscribe to yourself. Dave Cullen seems like he has gotten more socially conservative, especially regarding stuff like gender roles and religion, but maybe I'm totally off on that. I think that part of it, and because Cullen did a video not too long back about how he rediscovered Christianity, and that might have included a change towards some social conservative, because Christianity is, has some social conservatism to it. It's that Russian proverb, James, first said by a little old lady from Minsk. Oh, okay. Bird of Prey is subscribed to Bird of Prey 5X and vice versa. Well, there you go. Alexander says, I don't like to watch about hate. I like to watch about love. That's why I watch X video. A lot of love there. That's not love. Just saying that's not love. On the app where I'm suggested videos page, I notice there are ads for companies, not just video or just a picture writing underneath. Yeah, they put ads everywhere they can. Has just refreshed my front page, entering. Now you're the second line with how to polish an old rusty knife. Really? Well, I'm glad to see that this live stream is on par with how to polish an old rusty knife. Because why not? Did you ever check how your article response videos were doing lately? I like those. Short, crisp, easy to do. Yeah, none of them ever really took off, to be honest with you. So that's part of the reason we stopped. And also, I mean, it's kind of, I'm sorry, it's the shtick of Nerdrotic and Doomcock and Mecha and other people. And so, my thing, it's not something that, I mean, they are easy to do, but unfortunately, they also don't get a lot of views. Not for me. They'll get a lot of views for Nerdrotic, but not for me. Bird is saying he didn't blow up Turdistani hospitals, but is saying Kuroga did it. That makes no sense. Yeah, I know. And Bird actually did say on his stream that they've been attacking Turdistani orphanages. He said it on his live stream yesterday. Regarding last Sunday, I think people were more glad someone was finally standing up to them rather than entertainment value of the rant itself. I don't know. I don't know that I was kind of surprised how quickly the audience grew on that rant, though. Some YouTubers seem to post what looks like a vote poll in their story, yet I'm not able to click. I don't know how that works because I've never put a poll. Well, actually, I have put a couple of polls in. Never had anybody say they couldn't click on it. Trek 95, Jeff says, Trek 95 leaving for work. Have a great day. Hey, Trek 95, you take it easy. Thank you for mentioning that, Jeff. And have a great live. Oh, you're leaving for work. And Alexander says, no, you leave the Phantom Menace Sunday. Don't go back there. Well, Alexander, I consider the Phantom Menace friends. I don't, it's not like there's an official membership, but I consider them friends. And I'm not going to just, it's not like, oh, Nerdrotic's no longer my friend just because he and I disagree on Rise of Skywalker. Love is also good for business. Watch X videos. There's a lot of love there. That's not love again. And you can't put that kind of content on YouTube. Trekyards, shrill, what an utter twaffle. Their mission statement is basically... I'm not sure what that word is about ships. Everything else is bonus. I agree. Trekyards is a shield to their overlords, the fans that pay them. Indeed, and that's perfectly understandable. Is it okay to donate your food money if you're overweight and need to eat less anyway? For you, Bird, yes. In fact, Bird, you should donate 100% of your income to me. Well, apart from steam trains, Trekyards, but you use personal channel for that. Apart from steam trains, what? Alexander says, to attack Trekyards is unacceptable. Let's go to war with the Phantom Menace right now. No surrender. Shemale friends of Bird of Prey 5, you are welcome. Come with us to destroy them. Wow. Okay. Dan says, I can understand if in the future Apple develops a medical monitoring sensor technology and then they're asked that they can release the data. Doesn't mean I want my information released. Yeah, I understand. I don't know anything about that, but yeah, your personal medical information should be just that. And Alexander's still talking about X video. I thought the old rusty knife bit would amuse you. It amused me too. That is funny. Yes, that's right. This stream, almost as good, is learning how to clean an old rusty knife. Thank you, Google. In an episode of NCIS Los Angeles watched on Sunday that had a Bluetooth heart monitor paces around disc on someone's chest and it sends information by Bluetooth to your phone. Well, I could see something like that. And in fact, like, for example, I have an app on my phone that connects me to my doctors and stuff, and like my medical information's in there, but that's not part of Google. So I don't know unless Google owns the app company. Got an old rusty knife recommendation as well. I thought it was because I was searching for how to clean and restore old toys. Or maybe they're suggesting that you need a knife. Alexander says, I think then YouTube should help a little more small channels like Bella's Toy Chest. This is a good channel about toys. Yeah, I'm sure it's a good channel. And Trekars is saying, thank you to Alexander. Yeah, be careful. Alexander is crazy. Just letting you know, Captain Foley. He is a level of crazy that you have never seen before. Send a message on Discord YouTube homepage. I'll check it out. Andrew, it's because you don't rant videos. We were surprised. Okay. The Windows sound effect from Andrew's computer is confusing me. Sorry, that was just a notification that a package got delivered. And let's see. Put DS9 volume down and watch DS9 and listen to Anti-Trigger. Well, that's definitely something you could do, or you could just watch D Space Nine. I understand. I'm not. If you love D Space Nine, you can watch that instead of me. It's all right. Tom says, I don't know if any of those computer bleeps are from my computer. Sorry, they were from me. On my YouTube homepage, this stream is listed next to your failed stream. Why did Bismarck sink in the 20-1 flying nuclear doomsday device? Message, perhaps? Oh, wow. And Todd says, is Alexander a weapon you are using against Bird to make Bird crazy? No, Alexander is Alexander. Zabe says, I work in medical research, and I can't answer that right now, so I'll leave that. I work in medical research. Be careful when you sign all those forms in the doctor's office. There's anything about sharing for research. Don't sign if you don't want it out there. Well, there you go. Don't forget to support the movie Rise of the Gungans. This is important. Everybody wants to watch that movie. Wow. On the app, I have an inbox which allows me things like if people like to reply to my comment or like it. It also gives me notifications on videos if I click on the channel bell icon. Well, yeah, the app has some good stuff to it, but yeah, still can't figure out how to do the live stream thing properly. Even if you don't sign, the practice may have a data sharing agreement with big companies for quality improvement. They're supposed to keep that private, though. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not an expert on medical privacy, so yeah. I thought my computer was having a stroke. Sorry about that, Candace. I hate it when I get videos already watched in my recommended videos list. Like, there isn't enough content to show me new stuff. I only remember because I liked or disliked it. Yeah, that's the funny thing is when I see something that I've watched pop up as a suggested video, it's like, seriously? You know, did you not see, you know, can the algorithm not tell that I already watched that video? Because the ironic thing is you can set up, and I've seen videos about how to do it. You can set up, like when you do, if you pay for Google Ads, you can have ads go to people that have recently watched videos from specific YouTubers. So like if I want, I can make ads that specifically go out to people who have watched recent Trekyard videos. And so, and that's my target audience, or, you know, people that have recently watched my own videos. So why can't the algorithm tell that I've freaking already watched it? Alexander says, I'm the Quebec ambassador in the Gungan Soviet Socialist Republic and prepare my channel. It's like a question of time. It's just a question of time. Yes. Time that we are all dreading. Dan says, I'm going to get a notification on a video I want to come up on my phone and not going to YouTube inbox. So it's like I got the video on my subscription page and in my inbox. Yeah, I get notifications for just a couple of people because otherwise I get notifications all day long. But yeah. And Sidemind Nation says, seriously considering canceling some channels I watched. They failed to realize the hate train left the station 6 months ago. And that's kind of where I'm at, too, with some of this. You know, I'm kind of, what is with these idiots? All right. It's kind of just, yeah, I'm done. I'm totally done with the hate train stuff. My first 2020 president ad on YouTube, so I guess I'll cut back on watching YouTube videos. Well, what about the ads from, you know, my candidacy? I'm Michael J. Crawford, and I approved this video.
The following video is brought to you by the Elect Anti-Trekker in 2020 campaign. Hey, we've been electing pieces of crap for years. Why not do it literally?
So, yeah. What about that, huh? YouTube used to have private messaging, then they got rid of it. Yeah, that was actually a nice feature, too. In fact, recommend and the nice thing about that gave you an opportunity to, like, there have been times where I'd be like, ooh, I want to reach out to this content creator and see if he wants to make a collaborative video. Well, unless the person says, hey guys, here's how you can reach me, I have no way to reach that person. The old days, I could send them a direct message through YouTube, and that way, then that person could either respond to it or not. And if they don't respond, then you figure, okay, they don't want to talk to me. But yeah, it was kind of cool. Yes, let's see. Check 95 cans. Yes, we do. An Anti-Trekker is the better choice if you ask me. Aw. Live with Matthew says, I use ad blocked on YouTube, but while channels I really like, you can draw, but whitelist channels that I like, you can draw your own assumptions. Oh, okay. So you're not seeing any of the ads on my channel. I get it. Marlena says, hey guys, if you don't like the hate, unsub or don't watch the said videos. Easy. That's very true. Sci-Fi says, Bird of Prey 2020, feel the bird, baby. Yeah, not going to happen. Just what the U.S. needs, another hairy piece of crap for president. Why not? Who attract Trekyards calling them a shill? Oh, no one today, Nerdrotic, but I've gotten that before from people, just talking in my live streams. People would say, hey, you know, Trekyards, those shills. And I know you don't say that, Gary. And by the way, welcome. But when people do say stuff like that, it's like you don't know what a shill is if you really want to accuse Trekyards of being a shill channel, because they are not. And all you got to do is look at the, you know, like Captain Foley had and Cockings had some interesting things to say about the Enterprise D in the recent trailer for Picard. So, and if they were true shills, a couple of things they definitely would not have said. Alexander says, Sci-Fi Nation was right. We'll never support people hating Trekyards. What's that? We have to band together and enter the war against haters. You're running in 2020, so is Captain Foley, or is it Bird going to be your running mate? Well, Captain Foley can't run because he's a Canadian citizen. Bird could, but I don't know. Do I really want Bird as the vice president? He'd kill me just to become president. It's annoying with your appointments finishing and the doctor's like, I got another patient in like 2 minutes, so you quickly sign this form, and it's like 10 pages to read. Yeah, I know. Peter says, and there's Doomcock Anti-Trekker. Picard, it's full of suck. Well, I haven't seen that video, but yeah, that's part of the, I understand that there's some information out there that people will draw a conclusion that this is going to suck. I refuse to draw that conclusion until I see it. And I understand if you have insider info and all that, maybe it will suck. But I think that for me, I can't make that determination until I actually see it. I just can't. No matter how many articles I read about, no matter how many articles I may read about whether something's good or bad, I want it to succeed. I want it to be good. And so I try to avoid forming an opinion about it beforehand. But that's a very difficult thing if you spend a lot of time delving into the behind the scenes of something and all you see is negative. It becomes very difficult to go into it with any kind of objective opinion. And I honestly think, and this is certainly not an attack on anybody in particular, and Gary knows how I feel about some of the stuff with Rise of Skywalker, but I honestly think that a large portion of the hate that Rise of Skywalker has gotten is because pretty much everybody in the Phantom Menace that's been reading the spoilers and stuff already decided the movie sucked before they saw it. And so I'm not going to speak for any particular individual, but I think that as collectively, I think that you can't deny that people had opinions about the movie before the movie came out. Yeah, nowadays sending a message to a YouTube creator is so hit and miss. If you're lucky, they'll have an email, but that's like throwing a letter at a black hole. I know, it's difficult. I mean, heck, trying to get a hold of Nerdrotic, Gary. That could be very difficult. Just messing with you, my friend. But it was. Who Trek Yards are fans? Off limits, absolutely. Bird or Lore for vice president? Ooh, that's a tough choice. See, Bird, I think, would be more likely to assassinate me to ascend, but Lore would probably do more gaffes than any vice president in history. So it's a tough one. I don't know. I think reaction of the studios of certain members of the media, the Phantom Menace, helped lead the Phantom Menace to overreact in aggressive retaliation to any perceived threat. I actually, there's probably some truth to that in that, the studios and stuff did feed into it for sure. I don't see YouTubers in the Phantom Menace attack Trek Yards, just people in chat. That's true. The content creators in the Phantom Menace, I've never seen blatantly attack Trek Yards. It's always in the comments that you see it. Some people have a problem conflating broadcasters with things their audiences say. This is magnified for broadcasters that explicitly invite all opinions in chat. Politics are the same. That's true. And it's tough because, I don't hold Gary responsible for what some subscriber of the Nerdrotic channel may say, right? Like, I've had, and this actually happened. And Gary, again, you are not responsible for this at all. But one time, Gary, on one of his live streams, commented about how he was perplexed by the fact that I liked Rise of Skywalker. The next day, during my live stream, I started getting spammed by someone, and on my regular videos, I started getting comments from people about what a horrible person I am, and my Twitter started getting all sorts of really vile stuff about the fact that I like Rise of Skywalker. Now, do I, yes, it's very likely that these people were subscribers of Gary or subscribers of Doomcock, because Doomcock was the other person in the conversation. But I certainly don't blame Gary or Doomcock because they have some a-holes that subscribe to them. Any more than I would be, I would expect them to blame me if someone who subscribed to me attacked their channel. And Candace says, are you going to see Fantasy Island? I'm actually very curious about the Fantasy Island movie. I was not expecting Fantasy Island to be turned into a straight-up horror film, so I'm very curious, and yes, I will probably see it. You need to stop using smoke signals to get a hold of Nerdrotic. It's the 21st century. I know. I got to get something a little more modern. Dan says, on the app, a suggested video page just show me a number of movies pictured that I can rent or buy. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to buy movies from freaking YouTube. Enter like the Rise of Skywalker? Oh, don't start, Bird. Don't start. Bird of Prey 5 for the self-proclaimed Klingon anti-tracker. He's already showing cowardice at being your superior officer because he knows you'll rightfully remove him from his command. Hail Kuroka. And Valor says, just got a notification for a DC video after going to Picard, going after Picard over rumors for DC. Oh, Doomcock, I assume. I like and respect the guy who stays to chill with the room and gloom.
Yes.
Again, here's the thing. Doomcock's whole shtick is that he's a supervillain. Stay angry, as he likes to say. So I don't mind him being Doomcocky, right? For lack of a better term. That's his shtick. But at the same time, yeah, he does get a little negative sometimes. So I like Doomcock, but I can't watch every one of his videos. I'll be in your VP. I'm mostly loyal, and unlike you, if we have a problem with another country, I'll know where to find it on the map. Jerk. Mr. Captain says, is it okay if your subscriber attacks Kuroga? Well, yeah, that's different. Everybody should attack Kuroga. That's definitely a different situation. I work for a state government mental health database, which I won't say which one, but the lack of privacy in people's medical data, even on low-level devs, would make you cringe. I'm honestly not all that surprised. On the app, I can add a play, but you know what? If you get my medical data, you'll just confirm what you already know about me. I recently had my knee replaced. I have arthritis, and yeah, my life pretty much sucks. And say, on the app I can play list by someone on my list of playlists. I did this a few times because some channels post a lot of stuff that that I don't want to see if I'm subscribed. Makes sense. Vulcan says, if I may ask, what were your thoughts on the Echo Base Network documentary? I thought it was pretty good. Honestly, I thought it was good. I think that the Rise of Skywalker stuff was a little one-sided, but overall, I liked the documentary. Nerdrotic says, I get that every day on the opposite side. The only solution is to listen, move on, wait till you get Reddit threads. Oh, that'll be fun. Odds are, well, of course, Nerdrotic, the thing I think is funny is that some of these wacko articles are now using you as a source. So watch out for that. Odds are it's high Jeremy's fanboys from Geeks and Gamers. It's their MO. Again, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, right? And because here's the thing. Waspinator used to subscribe to this channel, all right? A-holes can subscribe to any channel. So, again, it's not about Jeremy or Gary or Doomcock. It's, unfortunately, it's about a-holes on the internet. Anyhow, you have no time to watch other movies until you've watched Barbie and the Rock and Royals. That's very true. And now Bird is saying, good idea, Nerdrotic. I should make some Reddit posts about Anti-Trekker. Oh, I'm doomed. Your VP should be Mrs. Anti-Trekker. I wonder if that's legal. Medical data. He's a hobbit. The funny thing is, me and Mrs. Anti-Trekker were watching Lord of the Rings, and she was looking at me, and we were kind of agreeing, well, I am kind of a hobbit in that if you look what the hobbits like, yeah, but I'm just not short. Your VP should be Auntie. I don't think that having a dog as a VP is entirely legal. You want to be my VP, Auntie? Like, go away. Let's see. No, Mrs. Antrick should be president and Antrick would be vice president. Well, that would be better. How would you be able to beat Kuroga? Bird of Prey has a mighty army of she-males. Well, good question. Well, they're ladies, so they're not as physically strong as men, but they have the same junk as men, so you can kick them in the... Yeah, so I think they're very vulnerable, actually. Antrick, as you post videos, do you like that you can give a comment or like a click love heart button? Do I like that you can give a comment when I post the video? Sure. Bird, then you're Hobbit since you're half an inch taller than Anti-Trekker. That's true. Bird is actually a dwarf, but that's okay. If people get so worked up over YouTube, there's clearly something missing upstairs. I tend to agree with that. Let's see. Okay. So with that, I am actually going to wrap it up. As far as Rock Solid tonight, if I can, I will join you. Rock Solid, if you're still here. So I understand you're gonna stream around 7:38. So I will try to keep an eye out for that. I won't be on forever and a day if I do, because I need to get some rest before tomorrow. But I will definitely join you if possible. And with that, you guys, thanks for joining. And Nerdrotic, good to see you. Lady Trigger, have you on this Friday? Oh, sure. Let me know. I'll join you this Friday. We can have a conversation about Picard and stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll agree on Picard. Maybe we won't. Ooh, boy, that'll be an interesting one. So absolutely. So that'll be cool, because I'm hoping on Thursday night to talk to Captain Foley on Trek Yards about Picard. So then on Friday, you heard it here first, I'll be on Nerdrotic. I assume we're going to be talking about Picard, because that's going to be the big news of the week. So there you go. That'll be freaking awesome. And with that, guys, have an awesome rest of your day. And thanks, Gary.
You son of a bitch, anti-tracker!